Foley, Commanding Officer and Flight Leader of the United States Navy Flight Demonstration Squadron. Been in the Navy now 22 years, entered the service after college and came into the U.S. Navy in 1984, so I'm in my 22nd year. Most of the teammates here are somewhere between 6 and 15 years of service. Our young sailors and Marines, they're really what makes our team a team. And to witness their dedication day in and day out is really impressive.
I'm really proud of showing what the Navy does, and showing it every weekend is just an excitement for me, especially working on an F-18 and working with the most professional, most skilled personnel and pilots in the Navy, so you can't help but to be excited about it.
What the spectators can expect to witness this weekend is a great display of airmanship from not only our demonstration squadron, but the other demonstration teams that are here, both civilian and military. I won't kid you, getting upside down in this one jet is one of the more exhilarating things that I've ever done in my life. It's something that I will always cherish.
We're at the Nantucket Air Show, and I've never been here before. I've been in Nantucket. We own a house here, but we have never been to the air show thing.
Came over to Nantucket for the air show. We're having a great time, and of course the weather is perfect.
I've been waiting to see this for a really long time, and I'm really glad they picked Nantucket instead of any other place in the United States, and I really want to appreciate them for that, so thanks.
Of course the big thing is the Blue Angels, you know. But I mean, all these ancillary activities are interesting to me.
They do really cool tricks, and they're doing flips, and it's really cool.
Well, it's just I've seen them on TV before, and I really wanted to come here because I want to see them like in person. I live in town, so whenever I hear them like go right by, I go whoa. So it's pretty fun.
The planes are pretty cool, and you can like go in them and stuff, and you can look at them. They're pretty neat because people fly in them all the time.
I've been in a jet and a plane. I've been in a jet to Florida. The tricks that they do. That's why we like the Blue Angels.
Well, this is a C-130, same as it's in the fleet, and its particular role in the Blue Angels is transporting the maintainers and all the equipment to the show sites. Typically about 45 people, and we'll bring 6 pallets on the C-130, loaded from everything from comm equipment to public affairs, posters, and things like that. I've been with the Blue Angels now for a year. I got picked up last September, and it's been an absolute pleasure and privilege to serve with them. Our pluses would probably be that we always fly together in the same aircraft, working together. Really, our crew coordination is top notch. It's you know, I've flown with a lot of crews, and ours really stands out. I mean, we fly together enough that I really can anticipate what the next guy's doing. And this airplane in particular is a real joy for me to fly. I really enjoy it, and these guys just make it that much better.
The Blue Angels were formed back in 1946 by then Admiral Nimitz. So now for 60 years we've been flying aircraft in demonstrations. In fact, we're coming up on the 20th anniversary of the F-18 serving with the Blue Angels next year. It's a phenomenal aircraft. It was designed and built by McDonnell Douglas, bought out by Boeing several years ago, and we fly it with a great deal of pride. The aircraft is pretty fast. As you know, it flies in excess of the speed of sound. We fly the aircraft at 7 or 8 Gs, depending on the particular maneuver, sometimes as low as a couple of Gs. And we also fly at altitudes in excess of 10 or 12,000 feet during the demonstration at times, and as low as a couple of hundred feet a few times throughout the sequence as well. It is very physically demanding. I will say to you, however, that It's all conditioning and it's all training. So much like you wouldn't run a marathon 2 weeks from now without the appropriate training, so too do you not climb in one of these aircraft and execute the maneuvers that we execute without the appropriate training.
My favorite plane has to be probably that one behind us because it's just big and cool how people actually go in and like parachute off it.
I could get really excited about this machine there, or the one that Patty Wagstaff flew. That would do the most for me. It's most exciting, you know.
The big airliners, those are huge because it's not only amazing to see how big they are, but they can carry like so much weight, like tanks and jeeps, and just it's amazing how they can be in the air.
It's a rare occasion that you see something like that. It's the excitement, the element of danger that's involved, you know, the expertise that's being displayed. So I think it's a combination. That's what brings people here. And just to get out and have a good time on Nantucket, yeah, absolutely.
And on select show locations, we're able to do a JATO takeoff, jet-assisted takeoff, and also a little bit of a performance of what the C-130 is capable of. There's only a few bottles left. They're from the Vietnam time frame, and they were used particularly back then to get people out of small airfields, and they really needed that extra thrust to get out of a short airstrip or over enemy fire. And now we just use them to demonstrate what the C-130 is capable of doing. The flight profile is actually quite a bit different because it's a pretty good thrust on there, and we'll take the C-130 really almost to the envelope. We'll do 45 degrees nose up climb, which is pretty extreme for this type aircraft. You're moving a lot of weight in a different direction, and then at the top we get really slow because we're using all that energy to climb out, and then we'll push that nose over and get a 0G, and that's a fun sensation and not something normally you'd be felt in this plane. I've never been to Nantucket before. Been here about 24 hours and I've already fallen in love with it. It's a great, great island. Really appreciate you guys having us.
This area is amazing. I love Nantucket.
Oh man.
Man, it's fantastic. People are super friendly. Yep. And they're fired up. Now updated winds are 160 at 11. We on the airfield and airspace. You're clear for takeoff. Have a good one. Done. Rock. Yeah, bird. Bird. 130 bottles. 10, 20, 30, 45, 130, 125, 120, 115, 110, 110, push over. Set it. 700 feet, 100 knots, 1,000 feet, 105, 900 feet, 110, 800 feet, 120, 700 feet, 125, 600 feet, 130, 500 feet, 135, 400 feet, 140, 300 feet, 140, 200 feet, 140, 135, 130, 125, 115, 105. I hope clear in the back. Thanks, Doc. Welcome back, Bert. Nice job. Thanks, folks. That was Expert Voice 8.
Being the flight leader of this organization and the commanding officer of this organization is a privilege, day in and day out. What gives me the greatest deal of satisfaction is witnessing the dedication and the tenacity and the commitment that our sailors and Marines bring to this job and bring to our United States Naval Service each and every moment of every day. Most of these sailors and Marines have just returned recently from the front lines overseas. And we're very honored as a team to be able to represent those folks that aren't here with us this weekend in Nantucket or aren't here in the U.S. with us. We hope to represent and symbolize that with a little dedication, a little hard work, a little elbow grease, and some teamwork, great things can happen. And I only hope that we can share this privilege with the many folks of Nantucket and New England this weekend.